Good morning, everybody. Today I got up early, couldn't sleep, went outside. It was around 4, decided to go on a little hike. I live out of town, so I can kind of just mosey wherever. I know a lot of people don't have that, but as the sun was coming up, I started thinking, we need to address this. I don't know how far these videos are getting. I'm trying to do my best, guys. I'm an average bow hunter, or hunter in general. I have a family. We're all into the outdoors, and I am sick and tired of seeing some of these guys come out on TV or YouTube or whatever. And this is stuff they enjoy, which is fine. And, but you don't need to look like the Rock Johnson to go kill an elk. No. I was 265 pounds once at 29 years old, still elk hunting, killing elk and packing elk. Being a little bit more in shape, was it easier? Yes, it is a little easier. I'm not going to knock that part, because I think being in shape, regardless if you're a hunter or not, is very important. I'm not the best of shape still. I got down to 173, 174. I think it was my lightest. And then I'm kind of about 188, 187, give or take. Did it make me a better hunter? No. But the knowledge I still had was still there. I mean, I still enjoyed it. Nothing was going to stop me. The comfortability, yes, I got a little comfortable. I can go a little bit further. I can keep up with the best people. I can, pack a little extra. So there's a big advantage in all that. But I didn't need to come out ripping my shirt off, turning green to kill an elk. That's just not, you don't have to. I did it not for elk hunting, actually. This is a little story about it. I actually did it because it was Christmas. My wife took some family photos, people opening presents. And it got me sitting there in the chair. And I looked like a darn marshmallow in jammies. And it didn't help that I had a brown chair, so it made it look like I was a s'more. Just, ugh. I saw that photo and I got disgusted. I'm 29 years old. I really enjoy the outdoors. But why do I look like this? Why don't I try to change something? And that's all it took. It was that one photo. The sad thing is I didn't have anybody around me. I didn't have friends. I didn't have family to push me to lose the weight. I did it all myself. So then I'm watching videos, how do the greats do it? And how do all these super dudes on TV do it? And it's kind of a funny thing is actually it was a video. Sometimes it is the smallest things that push you. And it was when Hoyt Defiance came out and they had their commercial with Cameron Hanes had his little segment, and John Dudley had one. And watching John Dudley and his backstory, I know it's kind of funny, but that kind of pushed me. It's well, he did all sorts of crazy stuff. He went and killed a bear with his teeth, and he decided to stick with archery when he could have done so much different things. That's what drove me to be more of, I can do this. I can do this. And, well, how do I do it? No one was there to push me. Well, let's drop a bad habit. So I did. I took a bad habit, I dropped it, and that was soda pop and energy drinks. I started getting crazy headaches, and some guy told me to drink coffee, so I hated coffee. Started drinking coffee, and I don't know, I just kind of took off from there. I just kind of did a little bit at a time. And always had that in the back of my head, hey, do this, this will help. Do this, this will help. Oh, you need, I started getting on protein. So then I started looking at, okay, where can I get supplements, vitamins, protein, all that. And I looked at a whole bunch of people, all the way to GNC. And the bad thing about some places, I'm not bashing on anybody, they're going to push you to buy their product because it's the best. Well, I ended up choosing for myself, and I chose Mountain Ops. I think their protein breaks down really well. They make great supplements. I love their Enduro. I love their Ignite. So I'm a little disclosure. I don't get paid from these guys. That's all this stuff that I've laid out on the table. I was trying different products because the biggest thing, when I lost all that weight, I got weaker. because I wasn't getting nutrients, so I needed nutrients. And I felt like they gave me what I needed. And then they got great to-go packs, little pouches, and you just put in your backpack. Those are pretty cool. So that's kind of my story. Regardless, I was going to be an elk hunter no matter how big or small I was. Did it make it a little easier? Yes. But again, you don't need to be, don't need to be the Hulk to be the best elk hunter out there. I think as Americans, I think we all need to do better. But this is just like my little rant. I think the hunting industry is pushing it so hard. You need to look like this figure to be a successful elk hunter, and I disagree with you. Yeah, you might kill more elk than me, but I'm still going to go out and enjoy it. I still went out at my heaviest and enjoyed my backyard going elk hunting. I pushed myself to be an elk hunter, and that's what I wanted to be. And then I pushed myself to be a bow hunter back in the day, and that's what I wanted to be. I didn't care about my physical fitness at that time. Didn't care. Didn't need to, because I was so focused on other things. It just took me, it took a picture to bring me back to reality, saying I could do a little better for myself, and I think everybody needs to do that. So that's my little rant today. If you have to, do something, and that's all it takes. Again, don't just get discouraged that you're not getting to their well-being. I mean, good example is Cameron Hanes. That dude's a beast. He's been doing it for years. Will I ever get to his level? Probably not. The guy's older than I am, and he's in way better shape than I am. But guess what? He has the same passion that I have. And he's going out just as much as I am. We like elk hunting to get, that's my point. You don't need to look like him to be an elk hunter. Does it help? Yes. But as of right now, do something to maybe help you. So like not everybody gets that luxury. Some people drive a desk for a living. I get that. I live out of town, but it's not in like the mountainside. The mountainside's, further away. I don't have a trailhead real close. I live in kind of some rolly hills. The topography is not real crazy. So I just go out. Like I couldn't sleep this morning, so I went out on a little walk, picked up to a jog. Just do something. Maybe eat a little better. Just look at some things you're eating. I'm not saying we're all human. We're all gonna go, have a cheeseburger. That's normal. So we all have families. We can't be the best, but you can always choose to eat just a little better. And I think what you put in your body is the biggest thing. And once you start getting that route down and that path, you'll start seeing weight loss. You'll start seeing, but it just takes a little at a time. You don't need to do it all in one season. I do believe that you do need to do a little preseason. Not the month before elk season. I think you do need to start well before. Just to start mostly getting a muscle memory. If you're shooting your bow, if you're able to shoot your bow, if you're able to go outside to shoot a bow, you're able to go outside and do something else. Go play football with your kids or do something. Put a little heavier pack on. I do a lot of mine is the best gym out there is the mountain. So when we're hanging trail cams, we're checking them once a week. Throw a little extra weight in my pack. I'll fill up completely full of water, 30 liters, plus a bunch of extra gear that I don't ever need. But that's how I do it. And then this way, when elk season comes around, I'm that much better. Lighter, obviously, because I won't be carrying that much stuff. But then again, when I do get an elk down and start packing out, I'm kind of getting used to that weight. Yeah, it's going to be a little heavier because depending on how far you go in and how much you want to carry out in one run, that all varies. But I guess that's my little rant today, is I don't want you guys to be discouraged by all these great people that are in super great shape. And so if you're not like them, you're not going to be an elk hunter. That's just not the case. I think doing something is very important though. Like I said, I think we all need to push ourselves. And that was kind of where I was at with that. Like I didn't have anybody to push me, like I said. So maybe you guys, if you have a buddy, don't be scared to ask them, like, hey, what can we do? You want to go on a hike? You want to go on a little walk? Take your kids, take your wife, just make a day and start doing a little bit. And a little bit goes a long ways. I listened to a podcast, I think it was yesterday day before. It was the Elk Talk podcast, and they did one, and it was a great podcast. I listened to all of them. I listened to Meat Eater guys and Born and Raised. I listened to all these guys. They all have very good tips. But Randy Newberg said something in that podcast that kind of stuck, and I'll sign off with this. This is his quote. And I wrote it down. So it says, "Don't be afraid to fail, or you will never push the boundaries where success is hiding." You can't beat that. That's exactly, it doesn't matter if it's finances, family, hunting, it doesn't matter. That is a great saying. It'll apply for all of it. So just push yourself a little bit, maybe go over that next ridge, and hey, success could be right over it. And it's kind of my little rant this morning. So appreciate you tuning in. I wasn't going to make this video this long, but you guys have a good day. I know season's here. Antelope started here. We went out yesterday and got on a few stalks with the wife, and it's going to be a good season, I think. So stay safe out there, guys. Keep shooting. Just keep pushing yourself, guys. All right. Talk to you later.